Welcome to motivisionX, where we believe that every heartbeat has a purpose. Every soul has a story. And every person has a worth that the world must recognize. This channel exists to remind you that you were not born to be ordinary. You were born to create impact. Today's message is a life-changing lesson. A message for those who doubt themselves. A message for those who feel invisible. A message for those who think they can be replaced. So sit back, take a deep breath, and listen closely, because today, you will discover the power of knowing your worth. Every human being is born with a purpose. But somewhere along the journey, life, people, and situations try to convince us that we are ordinary, that we are replaceable, that we don't matter. And the biggest tragedy is, not that people say this to us, but that sometimes, we start believing them. This video is for every soul who has forgotten their own value. For every heart that thinks they can be replaced. For every person who hides their light just because others failed to see it. Remember, you are not random. You are not a substitute. You are not here by accident. You are unique, powerful, and absolutely irreplaceable. Ethan, an ordinary boy in everyone's eyes. Not the most popular. Not the loudest. Not a topper. Not a champion. Just a quiet boy, who often sits in the back, hoping nobody notices him. Because whenever someone does, it's usually to underestimate him. At school, friends ignored him. At home, no one asked how his day was. He lived, present physically, but invisible emotionally. One day, during a college orientation program, an advisor, a guest mentor, entered the auditorium. He asked students to share something good about themselves. One girl proudly said, "I am a state-level athlete." Another said, "I won a national debate competition." Someone else shouted, "I am the top performer in my class." Everyone clapped. The advisor smiled. Then his eyes turned toward Ethan, who was silently hoping he wouldn't be asked. But destiny had other plans. "You, yes, you. What is something special about you?" Ethan looked down and whispered, "I don't think I have anything special. I'm just normal." Some students laughed. Someone mocked, "He's just a background character." Ethan forced a smile. He was used to it. But the advisor didn't smile. He stood still, thinking. Then he walked toward Ethan and asked everyone to pay attention. The advisor took out a high-value currency note. "Let's say $100, change if your audience prefers another currency." He raised it high and said, "Who wants this $100? Every hand shot up instantly. The advisor crumpled the note into a tiny ball and asked again, "Now, who wants it?" Every hand still raised. He threw it on the ground, stomped on it with his shoe, and lifted it back up, dirty and wrinkled. "Who wants it now?" Every hand, still up. The advisor smiled and said, "This note has been crushed, thrown on the floor, stepped on, yet everyone still wants it. Why?" Silence. "Because its value never changed." He looked directly into Ethan's eyes and said, "Greater than, people may crush you with their words. They may step on your dreams. They may ignore your existence. But your value does not decrease. Just because they couldn't see your worth." Ethan's eyes widened. His heart, heavy for years, felt something. A spark. The advisor continued, "Listen carefully, Ethan. You don't become valuable when others approve of you. You are valuable because you exist. Because there is only one you in this entire universe." He pointed at the laughing students. "They can try to replace you, but they can never be you. Copies exist in millions. Originals exist once." Flashback montage. Ethan remembered his struggles. When he helped a friend but wasn't appreciated. When he stayed up all night studying but still failed an exam. When he cried silently because nobody cared. When he hid his talents out of fear of judgment. When he accepted disrespect because he thought he deserved it. His heart whispered the truth. Maybe I am more than what they think. Maybe I matter. Some people will only notice your absence when your presence is no longer available to them. Don't let people treat you as a spare tire, only useful in emergencies. You are the driver of your own life. Never beg to stay where you are not valued. Never shrink yourself so others can feel tall. Never let someone make you feel replaceable because you are not. Message to the audience. This message is not just for Ethan. It's for you watching this video right now. You may feel overlooked. You may feel ignored. You may feel like others are shining, while you are dim. But hear this. If a star doesn't shine in the daytime, does it mean the star has no light? No, it still shines, but only appears when its time comes. Your time will come too. Stop comparing your journey with someone else's highlight moment. Stop waiting for validation from people who can't even value themselves. You define your worth, not society, not people, not circumstances. With every word, Ethan's heart grew stronger. For the first time, he felt something he had never felt before. Self-respect, self-belief, self-worth. He stood up from his seat, looked at the advisor, and said with a confident voice, "Greater than, I am special. I just didn't believe it, until now." The advisor placed a hand on his shoulder. "Good. Now go and show the world what they failed to see in you." Inspirational peak. To anyone listening, people will underestimate you until you prove them wrong. People will ignore you until you shine so bright that they can't even blink. People will try to replace you until they realize no one else can be you. So today, promise yourself, I will respect myself. I will never let anyone reduce my value. I will no longer tolerate disrespect. I will believe in myself. I will grow, even if no one is watching. Because the day you finally understand your own worth, the world will have no choice but to respect you. Remember, Sparkles, you are unique. Sparkles, you are powerful. Sparkles, you are deserving. Sparkles, you are irreplaceable. This is your life. Own it. Value it. Live it. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who needs it. Because maybe you will change their life, just like this story changed Ethan's. This is motivisionX, reminding you every day, know your worth, never settle, never let others replace you. Your existence is your power.